They'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. To throw is Jackson. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, second down.
Makes it 2nd and 10 at the 21-yard line.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. Boy, not what you want to see in quarter 1 of the new year. We'll be back. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. From the gun, it's Jackson. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Well, they'll get the yardage, but they hate to see him take that hit.
You're always trying to cool off a big-time guy throwing the ball, but you have to know when to back off, pull up, and not hit him. There's the penalty.
Eluding the pressure right. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, second down.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Second down pass play got them 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. From the gun, Jackson. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he is going to have the Raiders first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. Flush to his right. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
On 3rd down, Jackson. He will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And this will be out of bounds, and they spotted it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad.
15-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. He's got a first down and more past the 30. And finally taken down at the 30-yard line.
The pass.
It's a big play there for the Broncos. 55 yards.
55 yards.
From up here in the booth, looked like he started to make his cut into the middle of the field right as that ball was being released. That's how you draw it up.
Exactly how you draw it up, but you don't often get that result because that means absolute confidence from both the receiver and the quarterback to know both will be in the spot they're supposed to be.
It's now 2nd.
I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion, but this time the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. And this defense rallies tries, and they stop him short of the first down right near the 24. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be fourth down.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it. And
Mahomes going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs. Well, clearly that was a design play. I just don't know that it was the right design. I mean, your holder to have him pick it up and kind of be the power guy trying to run through the middle. Everything has to go right for that to work.
You mean you weren't relying on just great blocking to get him through? You kind of think maybe he can help make his own way if he's an actual running back instead of the holder? Yeah, I thought the same thing.
Double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown.
Will Lutz lining up.
Short throw, pick six right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Lutz good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0.
Will Lutz set to kick off.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field and looking to erase his memory bank from his opening drive a moment ago that ended in a pick six for the first points of the ball game.
And in my experience, a lot of quarterbacks, after throwing a pick six, the first thing they want to do is follow another one and get those points back immediately. But what really helps you get back in sync is a good, long, methodical drive, mixing the run and the pass, tamp things down a little bit.
Escaping the pressure right. To the left side here, and it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Pick up a 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Now they try the right side here. And he'll take this one down to the 36. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of apology on that one, huh?
And he is going to have the Raiders first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
Vegas.
Now Jackson on first down. Flushed out right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. To throw again. Jackson. His throw is going to be incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
Good work by that Bronco defense, and it leads to a 4th down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of him, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try and pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Makes the score Broncos 7.
So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They'll come out throwing here on first down, eluding the pressure right. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now a look at the backup, Jordan Love. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10.
And 10 yards to go.
Looking to throw. And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. It was Justin Houston, the native of Statesboro, Georgia, with a sack. Impressive individual effort there. No one was going to stop him around the edge.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And that's why if you play in a 4-3 base and you're a defensive end, that's why you get the big bucks. They count on you to do everything.
And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble. That could have been trouble.
First and 10.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow ball. Finds his way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. Dancing to his left. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. After all that, they only wind up with a yard. It's 2nd down. Now a handoff looking right. And he'll be brought down here at the 28.
The ball carrier.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Forced out. Outside, it's complete. He's got it. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. Jackson from the shotgun. Flush to his right. He'll try and run it. And he's got Jackson caught, and he lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line.
Well, let's be frank, you hate the fumble at the end of the play, but prior to that, I liked a lot of what was going on. Tucks it down, takes off, picks up good yardage. But in that portion of the field, that close to the sideline,
Step out.
yeah, either get down or get out of bounds. Take care of the ball.
Yeah, he had the yards, but then the mistake. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
A gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the Raiders' 26-yard line.
2nd and 3. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's the right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out.
The running back, the ball carrier.
Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team, fumble recovered. They still have an opportunity deep in the red zone.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. And the Broncos are going to have a 1st and goal as he's inside the 10, down to the 7-yard line. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. This will be caught at about the 5. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. The kick by Lutz is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. A good drive gets him inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
19-yard line.
The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive, a little more pep in their step, because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better.
And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Jackson now down around his goal line. Buying time to his left. And this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 18. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. The 1st down play, to be frank, nothing short of awful, and now they have to deal with 2nd and very long. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 13-yard line. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. Now this time he'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Raider D, they get the football back. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd.
Justin Rohrwasser set to kick.
We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the 2nd half. Now in 3 years, he's past the 30.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10. At their own 38-yard line.
Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this 3rd quarter. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot in the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
We'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. They'll wind up being stopped for no gain, and it'll lead to a 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
They'll try and throw for it here. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first.
A gain of 4.
It'll be a pickup of 4, and it's a 1st down for the Broncos. Back to throw here. He's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Not able to go anywhere that time. 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Now a throw here to his running back. And caught it up, and the Raiders pick it up. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
Able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
That is definitely what we call our defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson. When you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it, get to him and get him on the ground. And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a 1st down as well. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that 1st half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there, just one big kick.
And he is going to go down, back at the 11-yard line.
On any 1st and goal, the real estate to work with for the offense is really cut down, and the defense knows it. So they often bring heat and pressure, which they did on this play. Got him down for a loss. Not a big one, but any loss of yardage in this position is tough for an offense.
And he'll be out of bounds. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a third down.
He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to make it 4th down.
That was a huge play on 3rd down, so now what? Do you go for it? Do you trust your offense? Or do you want to put on your defense to try and get the ball back? Me? I'm going for it right here.
4th down, here's Jackson. And my goodness, this is incomplete. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Bronco defense comes up big. So they finally get their first trip to the red zone, and it ends with nothing.
And that's what I'm going to focus on with you because you teed it up really well. Finally get to the red zone. So there's got to be a little bit of frustration because they haven't moved the ball as well as they wanted to all game. Now they get there, but we got to go for it because we don't know if we're going to get back here again. We don't know how many opportunities because they've been sputtering a little bit.
Absolutely. At this stage in the second half, to get there and not get it for the first time, tough. 2nd and 4. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 15. And his guys will take over at the 14-yard line in the red zone.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Steps away to his left. Looking left side, he's got it. Complete. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. They'll set up a throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
That is caught at the 7-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
It's 4th down.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And that hits off the left upright, and it caroms away, no good. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. It's Bronco football, and they also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they enjoy this 4th quarter lead, starting out 1st and 10 now following the missed field goal. That's one they certainly wish they had back, a loss of 8.
He steps out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18. He'll drop to throw. And incomplete here, so a little razzle-dazzle on that one, but they couldn't hook up, and it's 3rd down.
Incomplete. It's 3rd down.
The 17-yard line. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
The 17-yard line. 3 and out. 4th down.
Fighting room at the 30. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. How about them biting off 15 yards there on the 4th down attempt? And keeping the drive alive. Some good games around the league here early in week one, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. Going for a right side here, complete. That one good for 10 yards, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
At the 41-yard line.
He's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there. And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Going to give this time to the tailback. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down.
How about the job there on the outside? Shed the wide receiver and was able to make the tackle on the perimeter.
Barry on to punt as he gets this one away. Trapped inside his own 5. Very curious decision to bring that one out.
You hate to give the ball away here in the 4th quarter while you're just holding a slim lead, but that punt, absolutely ideal. They pin them inside the 5-yard line. They give their defense a really nice opportunity.
There's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle, and able to get it across the 10 to the 15. Trying to find some space to operate, and now they'll have it. A gain of 12, a big 1st down to get away from the end zone. Throwing right, and that's complete. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Now a handoff here to his running back. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back 1st downs.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
A crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Opening week, certainly he didn't want to throw an interception, but the rookie got it out of the way. That's the first of his career.
Veterans throw interceptions week 1, week 2, week 3. It happens along the way, but you're right. He got out of the way. It's over. The big thing for him is, can he answer this question when he gets to...
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. He's at the 30. 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
You're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski. Okay, Oski was an interception.
For different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a three-syllable word. You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski at their own 19-yard line.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And the question, can they turn that interception into points? A tie game for the moment in the 4th quarter. After the pick six, they go right back to the air. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And the trick play doesn't work. Good reaction there defensively, and it'll be 4th down.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Jackson to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete.
Jackson's
nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Now Jackson. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. In a tie game 4th quarter, that's about as big of a defensive play as you can possibly make.
And it didn't happen by accident. That was scouting right there. They've seen things that have happened before. They knew in certain situations type of plays they like to run, read it, and were able to go after the football, get it, and take it into the end zone for a touchdown for themselves.
Here's Smith to return it. And able to get this out to the 25.
1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
So Lamar Jackson and the offense down by 7, 90 seconds remaining. They need a touchdown and the PAT to tie it as they come up 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Going right side here, and that's complete. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Throwing now is Jackson. Being chased out left. And he can't corral it. That would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up 3rd down.
Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 3 yards to go.
Back to throw. Flushed out right. He may try and run for this. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs. Able to improvise and get the 1st.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
He's back to throw. And he can't corral it. That would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 10.
Here's Jackson. Dancing to his left. Oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up near the 44. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. Agreed, that's twice now in this 4th quarter.
As a quarterback, a lot of times you think it's all on you to make plays when you're losing. And here, the play's not there, but he throws it anyway.
On play action, they'll throw. He's going to look deep down the field. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory.
He's across midfield.
Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. They'll set up to throw. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. It's caught at the 10. And all the way down to the 9. Complete. Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout. And it's two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines. We take a break. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the fourth quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. Back to throw. He'll buy some time right. He's got his man on the out route. And that worked his way upfield across the 45. You know, Lamar Jackson last season, the first NFL quarterback with 3,000 or more passing yards and 1,000 or more rushing yards in the same season.
And we see both of those talents on display here today. We just saw another completed pass. And everyone knew coming out of college he could run the ball. But for some reason, we didn't analyze it throwing the way we should have. And I think every time he completes a pass, he says to himself, take that, evaluators. You guys really missed the boat on me.